Long-term consistency trumps short-term intensity. This mindset is a game changer, especially in Valorant. But improving isn't just about grinding games mindlessly, it's about smart training, staying consistent, and refining your approach to every single aspect in the game. In this guide, we'll cover how you can level up your gameplay using evidence-based strategies, how to maintain your consistency, and climb through the ranks effectively. So, you hop on for the day, you play your very first game, you do insane, you're playing like 10s. But then, the very next game, you're struggling. That inconsistency isn't just bad luck, it's something that's able to be fixed with the right approach. Professional players have systems in place to maintain consistency, and you can implement them too. For starters, develop a pattern for decision making. Consistency starts with having a structured approach to your gameplay. Think of patterns as a predefined strategy for common situations. For example, if you're playing Cypher and see the enemy team as a KO, you should know to place your utility in account for KO suppression knife. And if you're peeking an angle, know whether it's a high risk, low risk play based on the other team's economy. If you're down numbers in a retake, prioritize playing for exits rather than forcing fights. Play for the next round instead of losing two because the next round you can't afford to buy any weapons. By creating a strategic mindset for different scenarios, you reduce hesitation and make smarter, more consistent plays. So, you need to understand your A, B, and C game. No one plays at their peak every match. Recognizing this helps you adapt on the fly. Think of your performance as 3 levels. A game is when you're zoned in, you're locked in, every shot's landing, every decision's a good one, and you're dominating. B game is your average game. You're not playing outstanding, you're middle of the scoreboard, you're making alright plays, but it's not flawless. C game, this is your off day. Every shot misses, you're questioning every decision you make, everything is going wrong, you're feeling off your normal game. The key to consistency is ensuring that your worst days are still competitive with your rank. So, how do we actually do this? First, we need to identify the mistakes you tend to make on bad days. Secondly, fall back on fundamentals. Good positioning, smart utility usage, and patience will all come into play. Third, don't force plays when things aren't going your way. Nobody wants to see their jet rush out into the enemy spawn and die without gaining any valuable information. Top players don't win because they're always at their best. They win because even their worst days are still very strong. And you may be thinking to yourself, I play every single day, I play 12 matches in a row, I'm still not ranking up, I'm not getting any better. It's because you're not playing smartly. Ranking up isn't about spamming games, it's about maximizing your growth per match. You want to deliberately practice over playing endless games. Too many players waste their time hoping for improvement without actually training. I want you to utilize controlled environments such as the range or even a custom game and aim labs to your advantage. For example, if your crosshair placement is poor, spend some time in a custom match throwing out Yoru clones to learn where the head angle is for almost every single angle in the map. If your movement is awkward in gunfights, do some strafing drills in the range. If you feel like you've got all the fundamentals unlocked, but you're just not making the right decision, I think it's time for you to start reviewing your games and analyze every single mistake you make. And that's where we get on to using Voltaic benchmarks to find your weaknesses and do targeted improvement. Voltaic has provided aiming benchmarks and training resources tailored to Valorant. The benchmarks assess players at novice, intermediate, and advanced levels, categorizing these skills into core components like core, micro, and stability. These drills help to evaluate key aspects of the game such as reflex, reaction timing, and crosshair control while strafing. Voltaic's structured drills help pinpoint specific areas where you could be underperforming. Unlike in live matches where variables can change anytime, Aim Labs provides a controlled environment for isolated skill development. So I want you to start the Voltaic benchmark to determine your strengths and weaknesses. Then I want you to look over the scores and see which one's the lowest. If your tracking's weak, focus on dynamic tracking drills. If your flicking's inconsistent, use React-based exercises. Voltaic recommends using their benchmark once a week to track your improvements and adjust your training focus accordingly to your scores. And a lot of the time, people make decisions without actually thinking. You need to start playing with intent. Every decision you make should have a reason. Before peeking, ask yourself, are the other team on an eco buy? Expect them to group up and make aggressive plays. What utility does my team have? Can I use them so I don't have to dry peek an angle? What's my role in this situation? If you're a controller, don't take unnecessary fights early. If you can't explain why you're making a play, it's most likely a bad play. So we've talked about a lot of aspects in Valorant. But what about outside of Valorant? Your performance may not be dependent on just your in-game skills. It can also be affected by your lifestyle. Professional players optimize their lifestyle and habits to ensure peak performance, and you should too. Sleep, nutrients, and exercise. I want you to aim for about 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Poor sleep can be the cause of bad reaction time and bad decision making. Make sure to be eating balanced meals with proteins, healthy fats, and complex carbs. Exercise, cardio improves cognitive function, and strength training enhances your endurance. Try to avoid tilt and mental blocks. One of the biggest reasons people de-rank is they're tilted. You need to stay in control. Set a limit to how many games you play in one sitting. Try to stand up in between games. Take a little break, a little breather. Relax. The game's still going to be there when you get back. You can always play again. Remember, you need to focus on improvements rather than your rank. If your only goal is to get a higher rank, you'll just get tilted harder when you don't see immediate results. Improvement is a slow process, but tracking your progress can keep you motivated. I want you to record your games and review them. Look for patterns in them, fix the mistake. Compare your gameplay from a game you played 2-3 weeks ago. See if you can spot the improvements. It should be a night and day difference. And try setting some milestones. Rather than focusing purely on your rank, set a skill-based goal like increasing your average headshot percentage, improving on your pre-aim accuracy, reducing unnecessary deaths per game. By tracking these skills and improving on them, ranking up becomes a byproduct of getting better. Improving in Valorant isn't just about these gimmicks. It's about smart training, consistency, and patience. If you want to commit to making small improvements daily, you will see results over time. Stop focusing on instant gratification. Trust the process, put in the work, and your future self will thank you. If you've got any questions, leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe. I might see you later. It's been your boy, Okami. Peace.